Fantasy 16 today. I'll try and get as much as I can today, honestly. Going on with the story, so it's episode 11. And yeah, ended it off last time at the desert.
Why is the tavern shut?
Riddles of the Sands, and that's it pretty much. Did play a little bit. Got some of those hunts down. Got some upgraded equipment. And this is what I got. I think Drake Slayer and the Grindstone items I didn't have before. But other than that, that's really it. And I'm level 32. So yeah. Alright, well we're just gonna be continuing from there. And yeah, gonna go on mute and just continue with this story, man.
Take a sniff, good sir.
Kneaded to a silken softness.
Plates and pots, bowls and basins.
Sweet incense. What candle?
Light it for Gilbert's sake. You're a bearer, aren't you?
Anything I can help you with, travellers?
Allow me. My good man, we represent one of the oldest and greatest trading houses of Port Isolde. We're seeking to expand our business in the region and would very much like to make the acquaintance of Dalamil's leading entrepreneurs. If only we knew where to find them.
Well, we're best known for our baths, our markets and our smithies. I suppose you could do worse than start your search at one of those.
Thank you. You've been most helpful. Oh, you wouldn't happen to know a lady by the name of Rosina Dalamil?
No, I can't say I do.
Well, thank you all the same.
What do you want?
I won't keep you long. A woman by the name of Rosina Dalamil.
Never heard of her. Is that all?
One more question. If I wanted to find the richest trader in town...
Oh, that's easy. The Briar's Kiss. Don't find a finer smithy this side of the strait. The owner's only a young sprig, but he's got all the right ideas.
The Briar's Kiss, you say? Thank you.
I doubt this young sprig is the person we're looking for. You said Sid's contact was likely to be an influential sort. Influence comes with age and experience. Believe you me.
Light it for Gilbert's sake. You're a bearer, aren't you? I was a fool to waste good coin on you.
Looks like we won't be getting back to Drake's Fountain anytime soon.
Mummy, I want to play with the crystal.
Can I help you?
Yes, I'm looking for a woman by the name of Rosina Dalamil. A long-standing pillar...
Then you should ask further. He's been here for years. Knows the place and its people like the back of his hand. And he's in with all the old merchant fam. Try the baths. That's where you'll usually find him.
Thank... Well, it sounds like we have our man.
Perhaps. Let's go and find out exactly what this Furder knows.
Hanging lanterns, keep the darkness from your door.
Excuse me. Are you Furder?
I am. Can I help?
I hope so. You've lived here for some time, is that correct? Do you know Rosina Dalamil? We believe she may be a trader of some renown.
And what business do you have with the desert?
She was a close friend of mine. I was hoping she might be able to help me.
Very well. Go to the bordello. I'll arrange an introduction.
Do you think we can trust him?
Only as far as I think.
So you're the ones who've been sniffing around.
I beg your pardon?
Don't play the fool. Stick your nose in our business and you're likely to lose it.
It's over.
Who are you working for? Him or her?
Him. The boss. He wanted us to test you.
Though one could hardly call that.
Lord Furder?
Look what the cat dragged in.
Your skill with the blade is rare. A fitting talent for an outlaw.
You know who I am. So what now? Call in the men of the Rock and collect the bounty?
That isn't my decision. Our work is done. Take him to meet his precious Rosina. She will be in.
Yes, my lord. To the Lock of Leisure, then.
To the Lock of Leisure.
Light, meat and dark. Fresh from the... Yes, they're my carpets.
Is this the place?
Lubor's Forge. The Briar's Kiss.
So it was the Youngs. So much for Rosina Dalamil being a woman of experience. How wrong I was.
It was an easy mistake to make, Uncle. After all, it must have been years since him. Whoever this Lubor truly is, he's clearly a man of means.
See that he gets it. Lubor, Lord Furder told me to bring them to you.
My boys tell me you're in need of assistance. Sid the Second?
I won't waste your time. I need passage through the south gate.
Tell me, what do you think is a merchant's most important commodity? Why, trust. Everyone knows that. Without it, you have nothing. And nothing is exactly what you have. And so, for you, I, too, have nothing. I'm not in the business of helping every lost puppy that wanders in off the street. I'm a busy man, as you can see.
Let's leave this mummer to his farce.
By all means. Find someone else to help you on your way. Just be sure to tell them you're not the two travelers from the inn the guards are looking for. Don't want them jumping to conclusions, do we?
Why, you...
So, what do we need to do to earn your trust?
I like this one. Willing to do whatever it takes to get what he wants. Ha! Men like you have a special place in my heart. Why, you ask? Because they get me what I want. Always.
Fine. So what do you want?
Don't tell me you're going to listen to this swaggering scruff.
We might as well hear him out. It's only natural that an ally of Sid's would seek assurances of strangers. Assuming he is an ally, of course. 5 years ago, he would have still been a boy.
And yet even then I had more good sense than a man, 5 times my age? But enough of the pleasantries. We were speaking of what I want. I want you to put an end to the trouble in Dalamil. Return to me when you have done so, and you shall have my aid. Until then, I bid you good day.
What trouble? If you're going to give us orders, be clear about them, damn you!
Manners, Greybeard. One catches more damselflies with honey.
What did you...
My apologies. Follow the crystals. Oh, but that was 3. Oh, I'm making this too easy for...
Ha! It will be easy. Solving his little let us divide our forces, Clive. I'd rather not drag this parlor game...
All right. I thought we were the only ones causing trouble in Dalamil. Excuse me. Is it true there's been trouble with crystals of late?
You've heard, then?
I've heard rumors.
Damn thieves. Pilfering the crystals that were meant to fill our cups and light our stoves. Us common folk have hardly had a shard to share between us these last few moons. And it isn't as if we can buy them on the black market, either. Whoever's taking them, they aren't sharing.
Do you have a moment?
Depends what for.
Just a question. Dalamil seems to be thriving compared to the other villages I came through on the way. Is there a reason for that?
Well, we're a stone's throw from Drake's Fang, for one. The soldiers guarding the Mother Crystal and the shipments need a place to spend their hard-earned. The men of the Rock throw their money about like there's no tomorrow.
Is that so? Well...
A deposit?
The most fragrant herbs and...
Fresh bread, warm from the oven.
You wouldn't believe how much he gave me. What can I do for you, soldier? Need that sword polishing?
I'm not a soldier.
Ugh, then be off with you. I serve the men of the Rock and the men of the Rock only.
You have an agreement with them?
Don't be stupid. I just know which side my bread is buttered. Don't want to be stuck under some pauper when they come knocking. With pockets deeper than Zemeckis and an urge to empty them. No, just leave, will you? Before you scare them off.
I think I'm starting to get an idea of what's been going on. I wonder if Uncle Byron's learned anything of use. He'll probably be back at the inn by now.
Kneaded to a silken softness.
The finest fabrics!
What was all that crashing and banging about?
It's you, the one who broke all our... What do you want? Haven't you caused him...
I'm looking for my pal. Have you seen him?
The gentleman who was with you? Yes, he's upstairs, but...
Thank you. I'll go and fetch him.
Will this suffice as a deposit?
By the sands. That's a black pearl.
One of the many treasures in my collection that I would be only too happy to part with, should you give me reason to do so.
All right. I'm sure that we can come to an agreement, but not here.
What are you doing, Uncle? Care to explain why you're giving gifts to Kupka's men?
Bait, my boy. One cannot catch one's prey without it. And I do believe I've snagged us quite the quarry. I started by asking around the markets as to where I might purchase crystals. I had no luck, of course. It's forbidden to trade in such things. But my uncharacteristic indiscretion just happened to attract They took me aside and said they could procure the crystal I sought if I proved I could pay for it.
So the pearl was your proof?
I thought they'd asked for more. A second-rate specimen like that would only fetch 500,000 or so. A small price to pay for admittance to the underworld. But enough about my little act of subterfuge. What did you discover?
That the supply of crystals has dried up of late. And some people seem to think they're being stolen. Meanwhile, members of Kupka's private guard have been spending money all over town. I'll wager those soldiers you've been talking to have been siphoning off crystals meant for elsewhere.
I'll wager you're right.
We'll meet with them then, just as you arranged, and put an end to the trouble Lubor spoke of.
Ha! That preening popinjay thought this would be difficult. It just goes to show, one should never underestimate a Rosfield. I arranged to meet with the soldiers in a secluded corner of the Velcroy, far from... prying eyes.
The perfect place for a spot of double dealing.
I trust I can count on your support, if things turn sour.
Of course.
What was all that crashing and banging about before?
Some out-of-towners picked a fight with the guard, I heard. Got cracked skulls.
My carpets have pride of place in Castle Dasbog. You too can live like a
Yes,
lord.
they're quite sweet.
The juiciest meat from Greens.
Birds. One bite and you'll be begging for more.
Ready, go?
I'll take it from here.
I was beginning to think you weren't coming, my lord.
All the silver and stones I could scrape together at such short notice?
You brought the whole 500 talent.
That was the price we agreed upon, yes?
Of course. Right this way, my lord.
Not bad at all. But what of security? If I were to be stopped on the road, what guarantee have I that it wouldn't be seized as property of the Republic?
Because these crystals are no longer the property of you're buying from them.
And we have no more jurisdiction here, but we have ships, and will gladly deliver to a port of your choosing, now that our price has been met.
Royalists, eh? What brings you here?
Why, to collect their share of Drake's Fang's blessing, of course. Our nations are allies, and so they are entitled to a portion of the Mother Crystal's bounty. And being such good friends, we elected to increase that portion and share the benefits. And now that these crystals are officially property of the Kingdom of Waloed, we are duty-bound not to interfere, no matter where they might happen to end up next.
Did you get all that? They're in cahoots!
So it would seem.
My lord, what is the meaning of this?
Double-crossing dogs! Kill them! Kill them both!
Uncle! I'm just getting warmed up! Titan!
It's
I'll
over.
not be outdone.
Well, how'd you like my performance, huh? I've often played the villain on the stage. I think I did the role justice.
Greybeard, you were magnificent. The battle scene was particular. Such a shame you didn't have more of an audience, but...
How long have you been watching?
Long enough to witness your uncle's sordid I hardly expected one so venerable to degrade himself so thoroughly. Buying one's way into the...
This was the trouble you spoke of. The men of the Rock taking crystals meant for the common folk and conspiring with... Well, now it's over.
Indeed it is. The people of Dalamil had scarcely any means of redress against Kupka's men, let alone a foreign army. Until you two came along. Well, we'd better get these crystals back to town. You won't mind waiting with them while I fetch a wa- It occurs to me that I still don't know your name.
Clive.
So, Sid the Second is a Well, Clive. You held up your end of the bargain, so I must do the same. Passage through the South Gate, was it not? To tell the truth, you've helped a little there too. Many of the guards have already been redeployed to deal with the issue of their missing comrades. And those left behind have been encouraged to look the other way should you attempt to pass through.
Thank you. You still have the purse I gave to the soldiers, I trust? I saw you pluck it from one of the bodies.
Oh, dear. Was I really...
And my name is not Greybeard. It is Lord Byron Rosfield, thank you very much.
No, thank you.
Of all the... Ugh!
Here, wear this. Any friend of mine who sees you with it shall be a...
Thank you, Luke.
And please, feel free to send one of my Stoluses back to your people. Tell them that Rosina Dalamil is back in bed with Sid.
Umia Lostelan. Tu Isakelis.
I'm trusting you, Sid. Or should I say, Clive. So be sure not to let me down. I have a reputation to uphold. Well then, I wish...
Thank you.
Not at all. It was my...
Come on, Uncle.
True, what I'm hearing. The men of the Rock were carting off our crystals for themselves.
It certainly explains why we haven't been getting our fair share.
It
Take a
will
sniff,
make
good
us
sir.
fine. Fresh bread, warm from...
Phil,
Here,
get it while it's hot.
have a taste.
Made from the stoutest stoneware.
Silver platters.
Sweet inside. We've opened the gate.
Lubor was true to his word.
Anything I can interest you in? thank you for your custom.
Really? What's this? Lightning round by 5 seconds.
Fare you well.
We should get going soon. Do you have water?
Ah, I'm not too late.
What is it, Lubo?
A question that I neglected to ask earlier. Where is it that you're bound?
To Drake's Fang. To finish Hugo Kupka.
Just as I thought. Then allow me to share a secret. Drake's Fang is currently riddled with Rjordie and Waloed are allies, and as you have seen, their soldiers work hand in glove. But no nation has ever before allowed a foreign army to make a barracks of its holiest of...
Not by choice, at least.
And there's more. A man on the inside of the Fang has failed to report for several... I fear there may be more trouble lying in wait for you on the road ahead. If you're determined to beard the lion's den, then promise me one thing. That you will enter via the mines, where the guard is lightest. I've lost one Cid already. If I lose another, people will start to think me careless.
I don't plan on dying. Not before Kupka does, anyway.
Well, so long as you have a plan.
Drake's Fang. Should be just beyond these springs. Shall we press on?
Faster!
There it is. Drake's Fang.
Kupka will be hiding inside.
Along with goodness knows how many guards, all on highest alert. You'll need to keep your wits about you if you're to reach him. So be careful.
I will, Uncle.
Before you go, Clive, allow me to apologize. After what befell at Phoenix Gate and the crisis that followed in its wake, I fled. I retreated to my counting house and danced attendance upon the vicereine in the hope it would bring me favor. I betrayed my nation to save my skin, like the coward I am. And I'm sorry.
Uncle, please.
It's not too late, Clive. Rosaria is yours by right, and there are those that would help you to take it back. Had I the courage of my brother, I might already have done so. But that ship has sailed. You, however...
No. Forgive me, but I cannot. I fight to build a new world now. better world. Where men can live and die on their own terms. I was raised in a nation that strove to improve the plight of bearers. Only later did I realize that spark of freedom did not arise by chance, but was kindled by my father. You would see me follow in his footsteps. And that is exactly what I mean to do. Not by ruling Rosaria, but by extending his ideals to the whole of the twins. Though every soul in the realm may judge my actions heresy, I am certain my cause is just.
You really are just like him, you know. Thank you, Clive, for coming back to me. I am proud to call you nephew. Well then, this is where we must part ways. Wish me luck in convincing my Canvarian friend to share his considerable talents. I mean to plunder his coffers and prove myself worthy of a place in your merry band. Till then, my boy.
Till then, go safely, Uncle.
And you, nephew. We have much to catch up on, you and I. I shall expect you to regale me with the tales of all your adventures when next we meet. You can regale me too, Torgal.
I'm coming for you, Kupka.
Alright, so I guess this is gonna be a long one. Hey, he got his hands back. What the hell? Oh.
Fuck! Why do they start? What has that gutter rat done to me? Out of my sight, witch! I'll kill you, Rosfield! I'll rip out your heart! I'll tear you limb from limb!
Peace, Hugo. The table shan't hurt you any longer.
He sought to humiliate me. Me! If you hadn't interfered, he would be dead!
You truly believe you would have triumphed had the battle continued?
Titan would have ground him into dust!
And how would he have done that without his head?
Shut up!
You weren't strong enough, and you call yourself a dominant. Or rather, you did.
You mock me, Harbert.
Do you see, Hugo? You are weak.
Fuck!
But so long as that fire burns within you, there is still hope. There may yet be a way for you to take your revenge.
Tell me, what must I do?
Please, I'll do anything. Just tell me.
The heart.
What of it?
A Mother Crystal's heart is the most concentrated source of ether in all creation. Perhaps you could take advantage of that. Of course, the crystal would not yield her blessing to any ordinary man. But then, you are no ordinary man, are you, Hugo? Clive Rossfield stole your power, but others have suffered a similar fate, and still managed to find the strength to conjure their icon. Like Benedicta Harmon. She too drank of the ether and gained a power beyond human understanding.
She did. Benedicta. Benedict. I'll do it. My love. I'll avenge you.
Run along now, Hugo. You need only follow the light. Muthos is here. Very well, it shall be so. You may leave everything to me, Your Majesty.
Did the royalists bring them from Ash?
Into the darkness.
Are the beastmen part of the Waluda army now? How the hell did that happen? They spotted us. Get him! So much for the men of the Rock. Dhalmekia's finest.
Testing.
Animals should never have left Ash.
Die! Garuda!
is. This must be the way out.
You're finished.
I won't be sneaking past this one. How did it get in here? Nice try.
Garuda's Gouge on Titan makes sense. What is it? Put Rising Flame on Garuda.
Come on, Torgal.
Kuka never did do things by halves. As if taking the Mother Crystal for his own wasn't enough. He had to build his castle in it.
Let the trial begin.
What the hell?
With me, Torgal.
Seems we're expected.
So this is the power of Muthos.
Did the orcs do this too? What the hell is going on? Are these things here for me? Or for him?
Some boss swings with bravery and invigorate nearby allies, lessen their battle. Riddle, if you target swiftly or risk taking quick.
Time to fight. First orcs, now these nightmares. Is this your doing, Ultima? been busy, Kupka. But where did you go? The heart. He's in the sanctuary. I can feel it. Come on, Toggle. Just what I needed. Better be the last of them.
Benedicta, my everything. I've missed you so much. Kuka!
Dad's about to go crazy.
I swear to you, my love.
Oh, he's super delusional.
We will never be parted again.
What's wrong with him?
You got away from her! Benedicta! I'll kill you, Westwood!
Tim. You've done this before. You can do it again. Let the flames burn within you. No. Let them burn without.
Come to me, Ifrit!
Themselves if they attack our
Let's give this a try.
Oh, I don't get this brimstone move, man. Jesus.
What do you want?
Your soul is tainted with worthless human will, yet your thirst for power remains undiminished. With every sip you take, you grow in strength, and soon you shall achieve perfection.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You will accept us, Mythos. It is inevitable. You were created for this purpose, and you shall serve it.
Never!
Fight it, Clyde! Don't let him in!
Consciousness. We see now. Human will is so insubstantial it cannot exist in isolation. You mitigate its weakness by interweaving it with your consciousness. We believed we had merely to purge you of your will to claim our vessel. It appears we first have to sever every thread of the consciousness that supports it. No matter. The time to build a new world is not yet upon us. We will contemplate.
Thank you, Joshua.
One can no more command the power of ether by drowning in its flood than one can constrain the tides by standing in the sea. I had thought Hugo wiser than this, but it seems his head was full of rocks after all.
Titan was strong.
Your Majesty.
But Mythos is stronger. For 5 years, that man lived only for revenge. Clinging fast to a fiction, even as it swept him into the abyss. One...
He's the dominant of these Odin's dominant. He only took personal command of the royal army, but rode into the fray himself, galloping through the air atop six-legged steed. Okay. Bells and Mythos. Name of which ultimate address is Clive. Title. Who's this little dude? Lord Commander of the Kingdom for Lut's army. Okay.
Not change one's nature through force of will alone. Only the Almighty can do that.
Hugo Kupka, the man who gave his life for a woman's head. A fool like all the rest.
That the death of a mother crystal should be so beautiful.
Some medicine, my lord? I have salves, potions, anything you need.
Stop bothering me, urchin, or you'll feel the back of my hand.
You must consider your health, my prince. If a show of force is needed to keep the Dalmex at bay, you may trust in your dragoons. I beg you to call on Bahamut only as a last resort. His strength comes at too great a cost.
The Empire agreed to an armistice with the Republic, and yet the Emperor still plots its ruin. For now, the Dalmex suspect nothing, and as long as I can hold their gaze, war need not be inevitable. But more than that, Bahamut is the champion of the Empire. When our people look to the heavens, the sight of him gives them hope. Forgive me, Terence. Would that you were my master. But alas.
I will always be your loyal servant.
Should the Council's brazen maneuvering prompt the Republic to tear up their own treaty and launch a new assault, our soldiers would advance to meet them, cutting across the Central Isles, but not in time to prevent their forces from breaching the southern defenses and storming Twinside. And so the capital would become a battlefield. Thousands of innocents would die. I cannot allow that to happen.
There is one small mercy, at least. You will not be forced to do battle with Titan.
Would that I could avoid doing battle at all.
1,000 pardons, Your Highness.
What is it?
Olivier has been made Emperor. What is the meaning of this?
My father's orders. What were they? Quickly! Yes, Your Highness. His Radiance requests that Your Highness maintain position here and... Ah!
Terence.
Yes, my prince.
I must go to the palace.
I'll ready your steed.
What is it now?
Forgive the intrusion, Your Highness.
I know you.
At ease.
We stand in the presence of the Phoenix. wouldn't want to get your fingers burned.
I hope I'm not interrupting.
Not at all. Though I admit, I did not expect such a distinguished guest.
How many years has it been since the Remembrance ceremony? 20?
I thought you long dead. Do I address a ghost?
Many have told me that I look like one. But no. I'm alive. Just. Prince Dion of the House Lesage, I have a tale to tell you.
Alright, guess we're back out of the shadows.
I'd better give Otto the good news.
Our makeup has changed.
Always need pleasures. Need 50 good boards from each stand.
You know what item I could create with Titans? Little trick. Let me check that out.
What became of
first.
Kupka? Why haven't we heard anything?
Well, don't just stand there gawping. You'll not find a better price than that.
Clive? So, what'll it be?
Not really.
And?
Can't create nothing. Alright, let's head on with this story. Save. Let me see if that night's finally available. Is it? Nope.
Clive, you're back.
I am. And with glad tidings for once.
I'm back on these terms.
Hugo Kupka is no more.
Well, I'll be. All of our comrades who lost their lives back at Sid's place be smiling down at you right now.
We had a stolus from Lubor saying Drake's fang had fallen. I expect that was your doing as well, was it?
It's a long story.
One for the history books, I'll bet.
Welcome home, Clive.
It's good to be back. You look better.
I feel it. Which means I'm coming on your next little adventure. You're not leaving me behind again.
Wouldn't dream of it. Otto. Any word on the Royalist movements since I've been away?
Shouldn't you be putting your feet up? If you really want to know, go and have a word with Vivian.
Thank you. I will.
conquering hero returns. And with hardly a scratch on him.
I may have picked up one or two.
The scent of Waludas.
The very same. But whatever plans Kupka was hatching with the Royalists, he took them to his grave. As did his men. Slaughtered by the orcs who'd taken over the Fang. Orcs, Vivian. I've never seen such creatures in Storm before. The Waludas must have ferried them over from Ash, but why? Why work to rescue Kupka only to invade his home, the mother crystal of an allied nation, and let both fall? It makes no sense.
Do you know the tale of the blind men and the Adamantus? One can often be led astray by focusing too closely on individual details. One must instead see the bigger picture. And what bigger picture is there than my map? The Kingdom of Waloed claims dominion over all of Ash. It is a nation forged by the bloody conquest of Barnabas Tharm, the dominant of Odin. The Canvarian War of Independence in 849. The Battle of the Twin Realms in 865. The Battle of Belinus Tor in 873. Wheresoever his armies fought, Odin was found where the fighting was fiercest. But of late, the warrior king appears to have laid his sword to rest. Battle rages for control of the crystalline dominion. Yet Tharm sends not a single ship in support of his Dhalmekian allies. Meanwhile, the Blight ravages great swathes of Ash. Yet warlike Waloed shows not the faintest interest in laying claim to untouched lands. So why go to the trouble of sending an army of orcs into the heart of Drake's Fang, only to make no attempt to claim the Mother Crystal for Waloed? It can hardly be for lack of men. Tharm's armies rival any in the Twins. No. We have not seen the last of the Waluda standard. Odin will ride again. It is but a question of when. And on that day, who will be trampled underfoot? In summary, I know only that it is part of some broader scheme.
King Barnabas.
But there is no need to wallow in confusion. If one is to cure a sickness, one must first identify the symptoms. And your Lord Uncle has volunteered to do just that.
He's really throwing himself in.
Indeed he is. Which means all that remains for us to do is await his reports. Well, not quite all. The people of the Hideaway must hear the news. Justice has been done. Hugo Kupka is dead. The wounds he left that night are still raw. Especially for those who lived with Sid the longest. Tell them that those wounds might finally begin to heal. Consider it the price of today's instruction.
I've never known you to be sentimental.
What can I say? I am only human. And we are, all of us, sentimental animals at heart.
I suppose we are. Very well. I'll go and spread the word.
Well, someone looks pleased with himself. It's true what I meant.
Nothing escapes you, Lady Karen. It's true. Kupka is dead.
No more good. I'm starting to get a crick in my neck. Don't let it go to your head, though. And what can I do for you? Is that all?
Blackthorn.
What is it?
I wanted to touch.
Under a noose.
I'll try to live up to the name.
What do you need? So, what'll it be? And?
Ah, Clive. Have you come seeking the gift of knowledge?
No.
Oh, my. Can it really be true?
He is the big baby.
And with good reason, children. These are tears of joy. There shall be no lessons today, only Thanksgiving and...
All right. Brilliant.
Finally, a new dawn.
It has.
Thank you, Clive. I cannot wait to share the good news.
Hippocrates. After Kuka fell, I need to know what he is. Have you learned anything?
Alas, no. And not for want of trying. I have scoured nigh every historical tome in our collection and found nothing. Not even the sort of conspicuous absence that might suggest a concealment of fact.
But I saw him.
I don't doubt that, alas, it seems you are the only... To others, he reveals naught. We see only that...
A bringer of death.
Whether the Ultima you met with was the being itself, or merely another projection of its power, I know not. But until I do, my investigations shall continue.
Thank you. It means a lot. Right. Let's see if Otto has anything else for me.
Is there something I might assist you with, Clive? I have compiled some new entries, if you would like to see them. Now this, I believe you will find most interesting. If you have a question for me, I should be happy to answer it.
I'm telling you, it's true. I heard it from Otto's own lips. Hugo could.
You barely sat down since you came home. Just spreading the word.
So, the Professor's got a soft side, has she?
No. She would...
Ah, but you ain't told that. I can think of plenty of friends back at the old hideaway who'd sleep more peacefully, if not least of all Sid. You should tell him.
You're right. I should.
Well, when you do, she's been going at it hammer and tongs down at that workshop of hers, trying to do her father proud. I can't remember the last time she visited the old sod's grave.
Very well. I'll suggest it.
might need some help.
If I don't come up with something soon. All right, Clive? What do you want?
I'm going to visit Sid, and I thought you might like to come with me.
Sorry, I'm too busy for all. I've got to get this thermal displacement stat.
Thermal... And this is for...
Only the fastest, finest ship the world has ever seen. The Enterprise. Me and my dad designed it together. Where other vessels rely on the fickle winds to drive them through the water, ours is fitted with mithril engines. And those things have got more push than a behemoth in a bad mood, and more heat than all the hells put together. Which is where the stat comes in. I may have already talked some tight-lipped shipwrights into putting the hull together for me in a little dockyard in Canva. But the stack's a bit more involved, so I'm building it here. Thing is, it's so involved that I'm running behind and it's starting to hold things up. I'll come and see my dad, though, when I'm done. Whenever that is.
Is there anything I can...
Good old Clive. I were hoping you'd say that. First things first, I need some parts meching. The sack will be made up of 3 major components. There's the plating, here, that channels hot vapors away from the engine. The helm over the top, that disperses all that heat into the air. And the shielding around the sides. That stops the rest of the ship from going up in flames.
A full suit of armor, then. Probably best to take it one piece at a time.
Then you'll need to start with the plating. Everything else fits onto it. I've got the designs and the list of materials here. Show these to Blackthorn. He'll know what to do.
I can't make head nor tail of them.
Luckily, you don't need to.
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
Blackthorn, can I ask a favor?
Out with it.
It's for Mid.
This my last chance to say I'm otherwise engaged. I'd spare myself the arseache. Go on then. What is it this time?
She said you would know.
Krieger's Tates. Well, I don't know what the hell you'd want this for, but I can make it. And I'll need help. Get Gavin-Otto in here, will you?
All right.
So Mid's roped us all in here again, has she? Still, if that's what it takes to get her to visit Sid's grave, I'll do what I can.
And, what is it we need to do, exactly?
Take a look at this. It's this plating. The usual sword-grade steel won't work. We need something that can get very hot, very fast, and still keep its shape. That means an alloy. Something that won't break or buckle at the temperatures she's took, which is where you lot come in. I need materials, and I've got my work cut out already. You'll have to fetch them. Now, there's a special kind of sand. As for the rest of the stuff, my usual supply should have it in stock. It just needs buying and bringing back here.
Well, we'll get it done quicker if we split up. One of us should probably give you an hand collecting the sand.
And the other can go and get the rest from this...
Right then.
Well, make your minds up who's going where, we can get this over with. going after the Stardust then, are you? Which one of these two luckies?
Gav, you're with me.
All right, then. So, where do we...
There's a river that runs through the southern reaches of the Velcroy. It's the black sand that washes up...
Southern reaches of the Velcroy, eh? I'll go and scout the place out. See about hiring us...
All right.
While you're off having a paddle, I'll pick up the rest of the stuff.
You two, eh?
Don't fleece me. I'd like to see him try.
Looks like I found the river. Where's Gav?
Ready, go? Yeah! Be safe.
Sorry to keep you, Gav.
Better late than never. I've had a quick scout about, and I reckon round here's our best bet if we want to grab as much of this Stardust stuff as we can. Don't know what Blackthorn's planning to do with it, though. I asked over in Dalamil, and they seem to think it was worthless. But if Stardust is what Blackthorn wants, Stardust is what it...
Then let's get bagging, shall we?
We shall. Race ya.
Good girl.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Thanks, girl. So this is Stardust. It just looks like black sand to me. That should be enough for now. Let's see how Gav's getting on.
You finished? How much?
Enough.
Oh, you win. That might even be enough for all Black. Here, before we. Feels like ages since we had the chance to talk. You know, man to man like.
It does, doesn't it?
Back when you first took Sid's name, we were talking all the time. Working out what to do in that.
There was a lot to work out.
And there still is. Those shoulders of yours starting to feel the strain? Hardly ever see. You can take a day off, you know.
Says the man who spends most of his time.
Only 'cause you keep sending me there.
I know I can count on you, Gav.
Likewise. So you keep sending me wherever you need to, and I'll keep going. Safe in the knowledge that I have a home to come back to. Thanks to you. Right. That's enough soppy. We'd better get this lot back to Blackthorn before he slings his hammer at someone.
You go on ahead. And try to get some rest once you're there.
Oh, I plan to. Believe you, after Blackthorn gets what he needs, of course.
Right. Ready to go home? Let's hope this is all Blackthorn needs. Blackthorn.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Cheers for the Stardust. Should be enough to be getting on with.
We should go out on maneuvers together more often. You know, it beats sneaking around on your Todd all the time.
I'll make a start on putting this thermal plating together then. It will take some time, mind. So if you've got other things to be getting on with, I could do without you breathing down my neck.
Thank you, Blackthorn. I'll let Mid know construction's underway.
Alright. That was a little long one. What's this? Follow can be traded for Gil.
Suppose we'd better be getting back to work too.
Give us a shout if you need anything.
Damn, hopefully I can get at least one or two more of these out the way. Not too sure how far I am into the story. I don't think sure I didn't get Shiva or Odin yet. And we barely seen that Odin dominance, so...
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures.
If I don't come up with something soon.
Alright, more cutscenes, more cutscenes.
You'll be pleased to hear that Blackthorn started work on the plating.
Excellent. 1 down, 2 to go.
So, what's next?
The helm, of course. For this, we'll be repurposing fallen scrap.
Salvage from the ruins? I thought that material was all but impossible to work.
Ah, but we don't have to.
I'm sorry?
Just so happens there's one particular ruin that's broken into exactly the right shape and size pieces for what we need. What's the name back there? I'll give you all the details.
What's her name? Right.
Oh, Sid.
Yes. Mid said I should speak.
I'll show you the plans then. Here you see the Mithril engine, in which Mithril is burned to generate heat. Excess heat is dealt with by means of the thermal displacement stack, which Now, were we to rely on thermal plating alone to achieve this effect, the rate of... in other words, the reactor would overheat and eventually explode. This is where the helm comes in. It connects to the plating, you see, and serves... Our experiments have shown that fallen ceramics are remarkably thermophilic. They can withstand and absorb and not only that, they're also waterproof and immune to rust, making them the perfect material for... Why, if sea or rainwater were to enter the reactor proper, it would vaporize instantly.
You can stop there. I understand. Mid said we might be able to use parts of a full... Where would I find it?
Ah, yes. It's in law... The thing is, well, I probably should have arranged to have the pieces we need brought here sooner. You see, it's no longer a matter of just walking in and taking them. It's, going to be considerably more dangerous than that.
I see. Then I suppose I'd better deal with this unwanted visitor for you. Would that help?
Oh, very much. Thank you, Sid. I'll gather my team and head there right away. We'll meet you out...
Good day to you.
But when can I go on a special errand for Master Prince?
Fly, Ambrosia.
Time to fight.
Oh, there you are, Sid. The, ruins are just over there, as is the creature I told...
Of course. Anybody home? This must be our unwanted visitor. Time to go.
Garuda!
Too slow.
Nice try.
Over here!
The things I do for you, Mid.
Alright. It's got a little bit of action.
You shouldn't have any trouble now.
Indeed. Well, don't let us keep you. We'll, see that
All right. I'll let Mid know you're on your way.
I think with this I unlocked a new item. This increased strength tonic duration by 10 seconds. guess these are one of those fillers, man. Just cutscene, fetch quest. Let me save. Let's go back on mute and go talk to Mid.
If I don't come up with something soon.
Mid. Helena has recovered.
Excellent. Another.
And just one remaining.
Right. Right. The ship.
How so?
The plating's enough to stop the engines going pop, but those things will still be spitting out enough fire to set the rest of the ship ablaze. Which is why you need proper shielding. A prism for the dragon's breath that's blazing away. I thought a triple thick layer of tempered steel might do it. Or more of the stuff that the Fallen use, but they both... The helm and the plating are bulky enough as it is. Add any more weight and the whole ship would be at the bottom of the briny before we'd even started. I need something light. But I've racked my brains and I just can't think what would do it.
Well, if I were in need of obscure knowledge, I know whose counsel I would seek. Harpocrates.
Tomes? Yeah. Well, I've got all the details written down here. Can you take this to him? See what he makes of it?
Right away.
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
Mid hasn't been...
Ugh, I'm never drinking.
Harpocrates, do you have a moment?
For you, Clive?
Or, well, actually, it's for Mid this time. Could you take a look at this?
Shielding for a mithril engine? What are these?
She has some specific requirements for the materials. The shielding needs to be able to resist extreme heat on the inside, and yet remain cool enough on the outside not to set the ship alight, while also being light enough not to sink it. As you can imagine, she's...
I see.
I wondered if you might know of a solution, or if you might be able to search the records for one.
Perhaps it is not a different material she requires, but a different approach.
What do you mean?
Consider the lake we have made our home. Its blighted waters eat away far more quickly than fresh water, and yet we have made a home here from those very materials nonetheless.
We have. But Bardolph must varnish every board twice over to keep it from rotting. And Obelisk complains that without a constant supply of... pitch. I see.
Early Gregorian histories speak of a preparation known as moondew. It is said to be able to resist even before the dragoons tamed the worms and wyverns of the realm. Nobles would daub their castle walls with it in order to guard against dragons.
So if we could recreate it...
It might be applied to some material or other in order to provide the protection Mid requires. As to how best to apply it and to what material, Perhaps Bardolph and Obolus might be of assistance. I shall speak to them and see what wisdom they might. If you would be so kind as to procure the necessary ingredients, I shall discuss the specifics of the knowledge of the past may yet prove useful to we of the modern.
Thank you, Hippocrates. And since you're asking others to help you...
So you need a hand, do you?
We do. I'll be heading to market for the ingredients we need.
The other can assist me in researching how...
Can we count on your aid?
Always. Well, if Jill's...
Thank you.
I am sure either of these fine young minds would prove indispensable in my research. So, Clive, who will accompany you?
Very well. So then...
I have taken the liberty of...
White chocolate... Are you sure this list is right? I would have thought the ingredients would be...
Though these items may seem mundane, they have potent effect, so much so, in fact, that they were harvested almost to... Now, of course, they can be obtained with ease. You should be...
Is that so? I've been meaning to visit Northreach anyway. I'll set out now. Join me...
I will. Until then.
You two enjoy yourselves.
You too, Talia. Now, where's Jill?
There's talk that the Glassgate flood has finally spread. Keep them pilgers nice and chilled. I won't have...
Are those Pepio nuts?
How goes the hunt for ingredients?
I'm sure everything we need is somewhere amongst all... Why don't we split up and see? We'll take a couple of ingredients.
All right.
How about you look for the Pepio nuts? I'll find the other things we need. We can make...
Up! You'll not find a bruised pippin in the... Fresh cuts! Come and get them before the...
What can I interest you in today? I trust it's all here.
What do you want? Go on, take it.
That's everything. Let's see how Jill's getting on.
Did you find...
I did. Here.
Garlic and Pepio nuts. Now, all that remains is for Hippocrates to somehow turn all this into what Mid needs to keep... But before we head back, would you walk with me? Thank you for asking me to help you today. It makes a nice change.
It does. It's good to get away from all the battle. Just being here reminds me of when we were children. Do you remember walking down Market Street in Rosalith?
How could I forget? What with Torgal's antics. Remember how his nose would prick up at the scent of sausages? He'd go racing away and we'd have to go running after him. We wouldn't catch you now, would we, boy?
Is there anything you wanted to buy for yourself while we're here?
There was, yes. Well, sort of. Molly in the kitchens told me about a place that sells particularly good pies. Thought you might like to share one with me.
I would. Thank you.
And I saw some bread.
big white cobs like the baker back in Rosalith used to make. What do you think? I thought we might get some soup to dip it in, but then I tried to slice.
You all right?
Sorry. It's just... you're right. Clive, is it wrong of me to enjoy this?
No, Jill. This is how life should be. And it's how our lives will be when our work is finally done.
Well,
when we can live on our own terms.
She's love interest.
I hope so.
Are you gonna kiss by the lake?
Thank you, Clive.
It's just weird. I wonder how you're gonna take her powers. That's gonna suck.
Well, I suppose we best be getting back. I need to give these ingredients to Hop. I'll see you at the hideaway.
Take care.
I will. You too.
Just grab her and give her a kiss. Dude, she walked away. I will. Missed opportunity again. This should be the last part. Coming up on 3 hours. Shoot. I'll have to take a little break after this one.
I wonder how Hippocrates is getting on with the moon dew. How's work on the shield?
Well, very well. I was just explaining to Tarja how we might best go about preparing the moon dew. And now that...
You can count on me. I've mixed more than a few mysterious concoctions.
I'm sure you have. What about the shielding itself?
Work is underway. Under the watchful eye.
Apparently, it'll be ready.
Thank you. All of you.
Right then. Jill, would you join me in the infirmary?
Of course. Oh, and Clive, thank you. It was nice just being with you.
Good Lord.
It appears our work here is almost at an end.
Finally.
I was enjoying playing the man of action for once. When both the shielding and the moon dew are ready, it will merely be followed by a rigorous process of testing. Perhaps someone ought to warn young Mid of that.
Leave it to me. Thank you, Hippocrates.
Quest complete. They get a bunch of whatever these are.
Well, I better go and give Mid the good news then.
Where is that? Yeah. Let's see what new items I got.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Your benefactors are a generous lot.
Direwolf Jest.
Here you are. All done?
Hungry. Says increase combo damage by 5%. Oh, doesn't seem that much.
I think Mid might need some help tidying up that work.
Sorry to keep you waiting, but you'll be pleased to know that work on the shielding is underway.
You found something for it?
In a manner of speaking, Hippocrates knew of a substance that's highly resistant to heat. A coating that should provide... He's supervising the construction and testing of the shielding as we speak.
Brilliant! I knew you wouldn't let me
Don't thank me. I'm just the...
Right then. Better start working out how to bolt all these bits together to the Black Hammer.
You know, when I got into the smithing game, I thought I'd be making swords and shields, not...
Displacement stacks.
Same difference. Whatever you call it, ain't. Let's take this outside. Mid, you get all the parts lined up on the deck. I'll take care of the rest.
On my way.
Oh, and bring me the biggest hammer you can find. This is gonna require some.
It's finished. It's finally finished.
Thank fuck for that. I'll be feeling my hammer arm for weeks.
Thank you, Clive, Blackthorn, everyone. That's one down and just 3 more to go.
I'm sorry.
What?
Didn't I tell you? The Enterprise has 4 mithril engines, and we'll be needing a displacement stack for each.
Oh, hell no.
Don't worry. Now they've got a finished one to work off. My gang in Canva can build the rest.
Okay. I was
Good
gonna
luck
do
to
that.
them, I say. Right, I'm off to get a sling for this elbow. Any other work comes in, keep it to yourselves, eh?
What's the matter?
Nothing. Just daydreaming. Thinking about the Enterprise sailing off over the searching for a land untouched by the Blight. Just like me and my dad planned. So if the worst came to the worst and every scrap of soil in the twins turned black, that's what she was meant to be. You see, one last chance just in case we needed it. But now she's so close to being finished, I've realized I don't want her to be that. I don't want her to be just a lifeboat for us to cling to if things get desperate. I want people to sail aboard her by choice, not from the lack of it. In a world where we're not just trying to survive, but where we can actually live.
I'm working on that. And I'll do everything I can to get you what you want.
All right. My mind's made up. As soon as the Enterprise is fit to sail, I'm putting her under your command. Sod our plans. I'm trusting in yours.
Are you sure about this?
Something tells me it's what my dad would have wanted.
He'd be proud of you.
Was your dad exactly? Oh yeah, it is Sid. Oh, okay. I'm like, wait a minute. Thinking, daughter Sid and student of engineering at the University of Cambridge. Mid Sid, really? Okay, it's slowly making more sense.
You were gonna visit his grave, weren't you?
I was. And you?
Right. There's just one thing I need to finish up first. Won't be a mo.
All right. I'll let Otto know you're coming.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
All right, Clive. Mid finished sending half the hideaway traipsing across the twins, has she? No excuses now, though, eh?
Not quite. She said there was one final thing she had to take care of.
She said that? In those words?
She did, yes.
Clive, were you born yesterday or something? There is no thing. She'll probably be halfway to Canva by now.
Mid.
What?
I might still be able to...
What does that mean? What does that bloody mean?
Is that the thing Tomes helped to build?
Obeleth, have you seen...
Yep. In a boat.
Then I'm too late.
You in a hurry and all, are ya? Oh, I offered to take her across, but she wouldn't wait. Just paid for... Got some life in her, ain't she? But anyway, I was on my way up to see you. Got a letter for you. Good.
Thank you, Obeleth.
Don't mention it.
What tidings, Uncle?
The journey to Canva has been a resounding success. The friend mentioned not only agreed to share the contents of his strongbox with us, but his considerable knowledge of the going-on in free cities. By which I've learned of the endeavors of a certain young friend of yours. Though I for one believe Miss Telemon's project to be quite the valiant enterprise, I doubt the Canvarians authorities will take kindly to unauthorized use of their dockyards, no matter how deserted. And if rumor has already reached my friend, it may not be long before guildmasters are raping at our door. Which is why I've penned you this note. I would like to borrow your man Gav for a moon or two. You might keep a watch on those who might mean our little fellowship ill. And wonders if any impending attack interests you to give this proposal your book consideration, your loving uncle.
Trouble in Canva. Well, I'll need...
So what? Mid got us to do all the dirty work and then just sailed off?
It, seems that way.
Well, nothing we can do about it. But next time you plan on visiting Sid, you might want to tie her to something before you suggest...
Ah, don't be so hard on her. Got to admit, the dirty work was kind of fun. Everyone, just like when we built this place.
You're right.
Anyway, we all set to head to the old hideaway. I could do with getting to Canva pretty sure. Wouldn't do to keep Lord Rosfield of the Seven High Houses waiting now, would it? Not after he asked for me personally.
Gav will be leaving with me. Will you mind the place while we're gone?
You can count on that. Just be sure to give Sid and the others my regards. All right.
Oh, by the way, Jill will be joining us too. She's got some things to take care of, but she'll meet...
I hope she's telling the truth, at least.
Alright. Shoot. Oh, damn, we can't even do anything. Alright, let's, Alright, let's see what happens here, guys. Damn, I should have probably just ended it there. Alright,
Cid. I remember what you told me. That if no one is listening to what you have to say, you may as well not say it. But I will say this, old friend. Hugo Kuka is gone. His shadow looms over us no longer.
It's a pity the Phoenix can't be in two places at once. If he'd have been with us, maybe he could have done something for the lost.
Not even the Phoenix can bring people back from the dead. Life has a beginning and an end. So we must live while we have the chance. And not as slaves to the crystals, but as free men.
May we join you?
Let's hold on.
Lady Karen, what a pleasant surprise.
I thought I'd drop by and see how you were all doing before heading off to restock my supplies. It wasn't the most scenic view back then, but it were never as bad as this.
I know. The blight marches on. And soon, there will be no escaping sights like these. So our mission remains unchanged. We cannot stop until every Mother Crystal is gone, and their thirst for ether with them. The only one that remains in Storm is Drake's Tail in the Crystalline Dominion.
Our next target.
We're going to Twinside.
It's the capital of the Empire these days. I wouldn't like to think how tightly guarded they've got the place. Not that that'll stop you. But we do well to scout it out before you go charging in.
We would indeed.
If you're off to the Dominion, you can take this great lump with you.
Goods.
Oh, I am sorry. Have you forgotten you're the most wanted man in the Twins? I thought you might like to disguise yourselves as the attendants of a travelling trader, assuming you've no better ideas. You wanted to buy yourself some tools, didn't you? Well, now's your chance.
You're letting me go with them? Oh, thanks, Nan.
Stop that! You'll break me bones, you great galoot. There's a caravan that runs back and forth between the Dominion and the Bocklad markets. It's managed by the Merchants Guild. Just show them Goots' traders pass, and you'll be on your way. It'll be a damn sight less risky than footing it the length of the Crystal Road. That's for sure.
Thank you, Karen. And glad to have you with us, Goots.
Okay then. I'll get me things, and I'll meet yous there. See yous down in Bocklad.
Get off! Me poor fingers!
Jill, you're with me.
Understood.
And Gav?
Already on my way, Captain.
Be careful.
Aren't I always?
Oh boy.
Do you see that, Sid? Your protege's making a proper little outlaw of himself.
Damn. Still not unlocked. Man, I can't even save anyway, so shoot. I guess I'm continuing. Oh man. Can't say. Oh wait. Was I able to go that high? Alright. Let's do this shit. Alright. Stomach is grumbling. Onward. Okay, I could. Guess I won't be able to do any side quests, but yeah.
Better. Thanks to Taya.
I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah, I'm gonna end it right here. Just a second. Sidelines, I'll be right back. Alright, so for the YouTube side of things, save. This will be the ending of episode 10. This is the current setup, and I'll try and come back there. I'm just gonna go grab a bite to eat. I'm starving. I'll continue it with that armor. But thanks again for sticking around, and I'll see you guys on episode 11. Take it easy.